Well, hey there, everyone. Welcome to day number 2 of Setting Up Your Biz Money. I am super excited to be here for today because today we're going to talk about one of the things that honestly I think is a game changer in your business if you do this one thing. Yesterday, we talked about the importance of setting up a separate bank account for your business. And that can be important for a few reasons. Number one, because it keeps your numbers and your bookkeeping easier or segregated. Number two, because it makes automating your bookkeeping easier. And number three, because it can be better for tax purposes. Today, we're going to talk about the second step in setting up your biz money. So let's go ahead and dive in. Ooh, hold on. There we go. So the step I want to talk about today is actually setting up easy to use systems to track the money stuff in your business. And this is so important for a variety of reasons. Number one, it makes tax time easier. That's the obvious one. But number two, because it actually, I think, makes it so much easier to be able to understand what's going on financially in your business so that at any given point, you can pop into your systems, you can see what's going on financially, and it'll give you a sense of where you're at, what you need to work on if you're on track to hit your financial goals for the year. So this is why I love having systems set up like this. We're going to talk about a couple today. The other thing I'll say too about systems is I actually think they will save you a lot of time as well. So just having these systems in place will make it so much easier for people to pay you. I always say you want to make it as easy as possible for people to give you money. And it'll also make it so that you have to spend less time doing some of these financial tasks that we're going to talk about today, okay? So let's dive in. Again, there are a couple different systems I want to talk about, but as I mentioned, having the right systems in place will save you time, money, and hassle. So it's definitely worthwhile paying attention to this. Now, the first system I want to talk about is your accounting system. This is the big one. This is the one that really, really matters. So, there we go. Okay. So the type of accounting system you choose will, or the right accounting system for your business will depend on the type of business you have. So do you have a business that is primarily service-based, or do you have a business that is products-based, physical products-based, not digital products? If you do have a physical products based business, you'll want an accounting system that can track inventory and that can manage a business like that. So thinking about the type of business you have and and choosing an accounting system that works for your type of business. You'll also want to look at the stage of business. If you're just starting out, you may not need an accounting system that does sales tax or payroll filings, or has lots of really complicated reports. You might just want something simple. On the flip side, if you're a multi-million-dollar business and you're really focusing on scaling that business, your accounting system should probably match the stage of business that you're at. Now, the other thing I like to look for when choosing an accounting system is choosing one that's easy to set up and easy to use, because we want to make sure that no matter what, you're actually going to use this system on a regular basis, that you're not just setting it up, checking the box, and calling it a day. It's got to be a system that you actually go into and use. Some of the things I like to look for when I'm choosing an accounting system: number one, does it automatically sync my financial transactions? So can I hook it up to my bank account? Can I hook it up to my business credit card? And will it automatically pull in the transactions from those accounts so that I don't have to manually enter them in? That is critically required. Please do not choose a system where you are manually entering things in. That's not going to save you any time. It's going to leave you open to user error, and it's going to be a huge hassle. The second thing I like to look for in an accounting system is one that has reporting features. So does it give me the ability on any given moment and for any period of time to pull reports on my profit and income for that period, to pull reports on different types of expenses? Having that kind of report, or those kind of reporting features, are important. Number one, for tax time, so that you can easily pull those numbers. But I think more importantly, so that at any given point throughout the year, you can actually just go into your accounting system and see where your numbers are at. Where are you spending money? Where are your revenues coming from? Where are your profits at? And be able to pull up that kind of information so that you can make better business decisions. So those are two things I like to look for in an accounting system. Now, I personally recommend Wave Apps. It's a completely free accounting system. They do have some add-on features that cost money, but for most people, you're not actually going to need those add-on features at all. So let me see if I can find the link here real fast, pull this up for y'all. So Wave Apps is just going to be waveapps.com. Again, it's free. It's easy to set up. It's easy to use. It works with most major banks. And so I'm a huge fan of it. It's one that most of my clients use, and I've been recommending it for a couple of years now. I use it personally. So if you're looking for an accounting system, definitely check it out. If you have questions, come on back, put it in the comments below. I'm happy to answer those for you, but that's a great option. A lot of people also look at QuickBooks. QuickBooks is an option too. I personally think that QuickBooks is more complex than most online business owners need, and it's more money. So I don't really see the purpose in spending money on something that has more than you need. And by the way, you can get what you need for free. So I prefer not to use QuickBooks, but if it's something that you like, that's certainly an option as well. Another option that I've recommended in the past is Xero, Xero.com. I think it's a nice hybrid between Wave Apps and QuickBooks. It's got more functionality than Wave Apps might, for example, but it's not quite as robust. It's not quite as expensive as QuickBooks. So that can be a good option as well. Xero and QuickBooks are going to be good options if you have physical inventory that you have to track. Wave Apps is not going to be an option for you if you've got physical inventory. Okay. So that's the first system we want to get set up, is that accounting system. And what's really key once you set this up, not only that you do set it up and you sync it to your financial accounts, like your bank account and your business credit card, but that on a regular basis, ideally at least once a month, if not more, you are going in and you're making sure that all those transactions are coming in correctly. You're going through, you're making sure they're categorized correctly. And you're doing just a bit of a reconciliation to keep your accounting system up to date. So that way at the end of the year, you're not scrambling, trying to figure out, where missing transactions are, or making sure your numbers are correct and trying to categorize everything at that point. So I like to do it. I actually go into my accounting system twice a month, right after the middle of the month and then right after the end of the month. Just make sure everything looks good, do a little bit of cleanup if I need to, and that keeps everything up to date for me. Okay, so that's number one system that you're going to set up, is your accounting system. The second system, let me come back over here. Second system we're going to set up is a system to track our receipts. Now, typically you have to keep receipts for expenses over $25. I like to just generally, as a rule, keep all of my receipts to kind of get in that habit so that I'm not constantly having to think, do I have to keep this or not keep this? I just try to keep everything. Now, I typically bundle receipts into two categories. There are the receipts, like the paper receipts I get when I go to a store like Staples. I don't have very many of those in my business, but every once in a while I do. And then there are the receipts I get for things that I pay for online. So Kajabi or ConvertKit or my website, where they just send me an email telling me my payment's been processed. Now, the first group, those are ones we want to make sure we get scanned and uploaded into our accounting system. And this is where you can do one of two things. You can either choose an accounting system that has this functionality. So Wave Apps, for example, has an app called, I think it's Receipts by Wave. And it basically allows you with your phone to take a photo of your receipt and upload it right to your accounting system. You can also use sort of a separate tool. Like there are tools like, I think HubDoc does this. There are a few other receipt tools that are specifically for just saving receipts. It's separate from your accounting system. They may or may not talk to each other, but it's an option as well. I prefer, if you've got an accounting system that has a receipts tool, to use it. It's so much simpler. But if whatever accounting system you choose doesn't have that option, at least make sure you get something to track your receipts separately so that you've got them saved. Now, for that second batch of receipts, the ones for the things I pay for online that I'm consistently paying for usually every month, like my Kajabi, again, like my website or whatnot, what I do for those is I actually schedule what I call download days. And the name's a little deceiving because it usually only takes me about an hour. So I schedule about an hour. I do this once every quarter. And so what I do on that day or on that time is I basically log into all of my accounts, my Kajabi, my ConvertKit, my website, StreamYard, and Facebook for my Facebook ads, anything like that. I log in and I download all of the invoices and the receipts for the last 3 months. And I download them into just one central folder on my cloud drive. I use Google Drive. So on my Google Drive. And I don't bother uploading them directly to my accounting system. I don't take that extra step because that would take a lot of time for me to link each receipt to the transaction. As long as I've got them saved in my drive, I've got them somewhere safe, and I've got them organized by quarter and by date and what they're for, I can easily find them if I ever get audited and I need that documentation. But I like to batch that work because I just find it takes so much less time to do it if I'm logging in and downloading the last 3 months than it does every time I get a Kajabi, invoice to go in, download it, and then upload it to Google Drive. Now, you can do this every 6 months if you want. I like to do it every 3 months just because not every tool is the same, and some decide that they're only going to keep receipts for a few months or whatnot. Totally up to you, but that's what I would do with your receipts. And then the third system I want to see you set up is a system to get paid. Now, if you are selling things like digital products or online courses and you're using a tool like Kajabi or Stripe where you've got it sort of set up to a cart on your site, then great. This is probably not something that you need to worry about. But if you offer services or coaching and you invoice clients, then I want to see you get an invoicing system set up. Now, the benefit of having a good invoicing system is it'll track all of the invoices that you send out when they've been paid, and it'll help you see what's still outstanding. It'll also, in theory, what you want to look for is that it integrates with your accounting system so that you've got that sort of documentation in there so that you can see where you've received money from, okay? Now, I highly recommend getting an invoicing system or choosing an accounting system that has an invoicing option. So Wave Apps has this, QuickBooks has this. I actually don't know if Xero does or not. I would assume they do. But that way I can go straight into my Wave Apps and I can invoice from there. I can also, by the way, invoice from my bank account. This is becoming a tool that a lot of the online banks now are offering for kind of online businesses where you can actually invoice from your bank. That works too. So number one is that I want to sort of have that invoicing system be easy to use and kind of already be set up with my current tools. Number two is I want to choose an invoicing system that allows me to, or allows the system to automatically follow up with people if they don't pay the invoice. This is really important because you don't want to have to go in every couple of days to see if it's been paid, and if not, send an email and keep doing that over and over and over again. Having a system that automatically follows up will save you a lot of time, and it'll also help make it more likely that that bill gets paid because the person is getting those automatic reminders. The third thing I would look for in an invoicing tool, if you have recurring payments, so if let's say you have a coaching program and someone signs up for 6 months, they're going to pay you X dollars every month for 6 months. Choosing an invoicing system that allows the system to automatically charge that person every month is really important because, again, that way, let's say their payment's due on the 15th of every month. That way on the 15th of every month, it's just automatically going to charge their credit card. And you don't have to send them an invoice and wait for them to put their information in. I used a system when I first started my business and I was doing some coaching. I used a system that basically that's what it did. Every month it would send the client an invoice and they would have to click the link and put their credit card info in and press submit. And the problem with that is it creates a breakdown in the system because it requires the client to actually do that step and put their credit card information in. And as you can imagine, sometimes people forget or they don't see the email or whatever. And so then you've got to chase those folks down. So when you're choosing an invoicing system, you really want to look for one that makes it as simple as possible and automates as much as possible. Cool? Okay. So remember, 3 systems we're going to set up: your accounting system, your receipts, which ideally will be through your accounting system, but it's okay if it's not. And then the third is your invoicing system, also ideally through your accounting system or your bank, but it's okay if it's not. If you use a tool like Dubsado or Honeybook that does its invoicing through there, that's okay too. As long as you've got it in one place that you can log in and kind of see all the receipts that you've got outstanding and that have been paid, that's what really matters to me. Okay, so those are the systems we're going to set up on day 2 of setting up the money in your business. Now, choosing systems that are easy to set up and use choose systems that are easy to set up and use, and that'll work best for your business. I can't stress this enough that when you're looking for systems to do this, especially when it comes to the money stuff in your business, you do want to choose systems that you will actually use, that you like. Because if you're not, then you're going to abandon them and then they're not ultimately going to do the job that they need to be doing for you, okay? So if you start with a system because somebody told you, I tell you about one of these systems and you go, well, okay, she must know what she's talking about, so I'm going to do this system, but I really don't like it, or don't stick with it then. Come back, tell me what you don't like about it. We'll find you another system. We'll find you another option, okay? Because what matters most to me is that it's one that you will use consistently. Now, I wanted to just give you this quick example before we wrap up. This was a client of mine, and she actually had written this for us. She said, "I am the poster child of what not to do. I've been in business for 4 years and ended up getting audited after my second year. It was a mess." So the IRS agent that came in asked for records of everything. She thought she was doing okay keeping her numbers in an Excel spreadsheet. A lot of us do that. But she had missed a few transactions and didn't save her receipts, so it didn't go very well. She says, "Because my clients paid me basically however they wanted, Venmo, PayPal, sending me a check, I didn't have good records of where the money came from, so I had to do a lot of digging. In the end, I ended up having a bunch of deductions disallowed, and it cost me a bit of money. By the way, $5,700 is what she ended up having to pay, but also a ton of time that she didn't really have." She said, "It also made me realize how inefficiently my business was running. Here I was making all of this money," so she thought, "but I wasn't really tracking if clients paid me or not, and I didn't have a good system for following up, which meant there were some payments she just never received. She literally left money on the table because she didn't have a good system." She says, she goes on to say, "Because I didn't have a good system for tracking my expenses or saving my receipts, I was losing money on that end too in terms of missed deductions. I changed everything. Now I have an accounting system that automatically tracks my income and expenses. Clients pay me through one system that follows up if they don't pay, and I save all my receipts directly into my accounting system. I don't ever want to be audited again, but if I am, bring it on." So just one example to kind of show you how important this stuff is. I'll actually give you another example. This is a personal example, happened to me. If you caught my Instagram stories maybe about a month ago, you might have seen this. I received a notice from the IRS probably in early December that basically said that I hadn't reported some of my income on my 2019 tax return, of all things. And it was because someone, I think Stripe, had issued a 1099 in my name. Actually, it was Square. I apologize. It was Square. Had issued a 1099 in my name for like, I don't know, $2,000, something like that. And a 1099 is a form that reports money that you've made to the IRS. And so the IRS said, "Hey, we got this," because they have to send the 1099 to the IRS. The IRS said, "We got this 1099. You never reported this income." Well, luckily, because I have an accounting system, I use Wave Apps, and because I invoice through very clear systems. So I don't use Square anymore, but at the time I was using Square and Stripe. I was able to very clearly go into my Square account, see exactly, what they were talking about. I was able to pull up my accounting records for my business, and I was actually able to send the IRS documentation that says, "Nope, I did include the $2,000 in, in this, in my income. It just, you didn't realize I did it, but I did, and here's how I can prove it." So having really good systems and really good records of this stuff can actually end up getting you out of trouble down the line if the IRS does question something as well. So that's why I love this example especially. Now, I'm going to wrap it up. If y'all have any questions about this, feel free, whether it's today talking about setting up systems or yesterday talking about opening a separate business bank account, feel free to drop it in the comments. Before I wrap it up, I want to remind everyone that my course, Biz Money Blueprint, has a promotion going on right now. Now, my course is always open. It's part of my whole value in my business of being transparent and making my information accessible. So I never close down Biz Money Blueprint, but I am offering a special promotion this week. I wanted to just tell you a little bit about it. If you're not familiar with Biz Money Blueprint, Biz Money Blueprint is the only program of its kind that not only shows you exactly how to set up all the money stuff in your business, from accounting and taxes and bank accounts to paying yourself, but it also gives you tools to use the numbers in your business to actually make more money. So it's not just about making the IRS happy in Biz Money Blueprint. It's also about making some money. So you're so welcome. Thanks for watching. Hold on. Got to go back to my other screen. So what's in Biz Money Blueprint? What do we do in there? Well, when you go through Biz Money Blueprint, you will get your business formed in the right way. So if you don't already have a legal entity, we talk about that. Even if you do, we talk about some other options for you. When you go through Biz Money Blueprint, you'll have everything you need to set up your accounting system to work for you. You'll understand your business taxes in a stress-free way, and that's probably the biggest chunk of Biz Money Blueprint is the tax module. But we break down taxes, we make it super easy to understand, and we also work with you to set up a tax plan so that you know exactly what you need to file and when. After going through Biz Money Blueprint, you will know how to figure out exactly how to pay yourself and others in your business, and not just the systems and the process behind it, but also the amounts as well. Lastly, we will teach you how to use the numbers in your business to create a process to actually know those numbers and then use them to make more money. So lots of good stuff. Biz Money Blueprint is 5 modules covering these 5 things that I just went over. And these are the 5 modules right here. So setting up your business, accounting, taxes, paying people, and then knowing your numbers. Each module has less than 2 hours of videos. In fact, it's probably even significantly less than that, but I want to be safe and tell you less than 2 hours. So what do you get when you join Biz Money Blueprint? Well, you get the program itself. So 5 modules with videos and all of the necessary resources. You also get a few bonuses. So the first bonus you get is you get limited access to lifetime access to the program. Y'all, I need my coffee. Lifetime access to the program. So you will have it forever. Plus, anytime I ever do an update, you will get access to that completely for free. And by the way, there's a big update to Biz Money Blueprint coming in February. So you will be first in line for that. Bonus number 2 is that I'm doing weekly live office hours at least through the end of 2021. Frankly, I'll probably keep it going longer than that as long as people keep showing up. But weekly live office hours through the end of 2021. Bonus number 3 is you'll get my money meetings toolkit. So these are all of the tools and guides and resources that you need to do semi-monthly or weekly or monthly, whatever you want, money meetings to basically manage all the money stuff in your business. These are the exact resources I use in my business for my money meetings. And then bonus number 4 is you will get my quarterly tax calculator. So if you are still DIYing your tax calculations, you're gonna love this because it basically allows you to pop your numbers in and it's gonna spit out what you should pay for quarterly taxes every single quarter so that you've paid in enough so that you're not getting hit with fines and penalties from the IRS. Okay, so what does Biz Money Blueprint cost? You can do one of 2 options. The first is you can pay in full, one payment of $497, or you can pay over the next 4 months, monthly payments of $125. You can get all of the details about that by going to megkwheeler.com/join. As well as there are some FAQs there, and you can check out exactly what's in the course again. And I do have a couple of fun bonuses we're doing right now. So the first thing we're doing, this is in addition to everything I've already talked about, is if you pay in full when you join Biz Money Blueprint, you will get a one-on-one 30-minute coaching call with me. You can use that at any point over the next 6 months. So if you want to go through the program and then use it, you can do that, or we can kick it off with our call. Totally up to you. That's when you pay in full. And then the second bonus I'm offering, this is a very limited time bonus. You will get this when you join by this Thursday, January 28th at 11:59 by 11:59 p.m. Eastern. You will get completely free access to my brand new course, the Profit Maximizer course. So, and before you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be like a lot of content, I'm going to be overwhelmed. The Profit Maximizer course, we really shouldn't even call it a course. The way we've structured it is actually to be really bite-sized, actionable pieces of content. So every single video is less than 10 minutes. Every single video has one action item to do, and that action item will take you 15 minutes or less. And we're not just giving you the videos, we're giving you the audio as well. So if you want to treat it more like a podcast, you can totally do that. Do it on your daily walk if you're doing that. We use Kajabi, so you can literally pull it up on your phone. There's an app. You can treat it like a podcast if you want. It's very bingeable because I wanted to make the Profit Maximizer something that was really accessible and wasn't going to stress you out. The whole goal behind the Profit Maximizer is to teach you exactly how to maximize your profits, just like it sounds. We're going to be looking at how to minimize your expenses and also prioritize your expenses. We're going to be looking at how to price your offers and services for maximum profits. And we're going to be looking at overall creating a profit plan in your business so that you can not only hit those revenue financial goals, but those profit financial goals as well. Pretty cool, right? But you've got to join Biz Money Blueprint by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern to get access to this. It comes out February 15th. Very excited about this. So, okay. Real fast before we wrap it up, I just want to put in this reminder here. I know the money stuff feels super overwhelming. Trust me, I get it. But I do want to remind you that you absolutely can do this, even if you don't feel like you're a numbers person, even if you don't have a lot of time. literally binge Biz Money Blueprint in a weekend. We've had people who have done that and gotten everything set up in one weekend. It's totally possible. If that's not your style, remember you have lifetime access. You can come back to it forever, ever, and ever. But I also want to remind you that you can do this even if literally this stuff makes your head hurt. I designed Biz Money Blueprint for people just like you to make this easy, to walk you through step by step everything you need to do, to tell you exactly where to go to find exactly what you need to find, so that you can stop Googling, you can stop stressing about, is this answer right or is that answer right? And you can stop feeling that sense of overwhelm and confusion, because I'm going to explain everything to you clearly, simply, and if you're still stuck, we've got those weekly office hours where you can come ask me your questions, okay? So we've got this. All right. I'm going to leave it there. If you want to learn more or to grab your spot, just head to megkwheeler.com/join. If you are watching this on the replay, feel free to drop any questions you have for me down below in the comments. I will happily get back to you. And don't forget, we'll be back here tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern again for day 3 of our Set Up Your Biz Money. Check out day 1 if you haven't already. Otherwise, I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye.